Hey, South Jersey, I'm Press of Atlantic City meteorologist Dan Skeldon. A good Tuesday morning to you. Tuesday of our nor'easter, a quick hitting storm that, as promised, is more wet and windy than white. So if you're waking up, and I am getting some comments on this saying, hey, Dan, where's the snow? Well, it's up here, right where it's supposed to be, all right? The jackpot was supposed to be about 100 miles to our north and west. This blue is heavy snow, blizzard conditions. Some places already have a foot, all right, with another foot or more coming. So eastern Pennsylvania, north and west of Philly, Reading, Allentown, Poconos, northern New Jersey, heavy snow, upstate New York, and into New England. Why aren't we getting the snow? Well, the storm tucked down here off of Delmarva, pulling in warm ocean air. So we're getting rain as forecast. The most frustrating place to be a meteorologist right now is right along I-95, where that rain-snow line is just dancing around and can really bust a forecast. If you stay just on the rain side of it, you get a few inches of rain and then sleet and snow, and you don't get much snow to show for it. If you're right on the other side of it, you can get a foot or more of snow. So that's where the hardest forecasts are. For South Jersey, we have heavy rain just for this morning. It's done this afternoon. We have tidal flooding. We are watching the high tide come up. We got about 2 hours to go to it. And I know this is hard to see, but I want you to watch this green line. This is the surge. This is the extra water that is in the bays, and it's going up, and it's shooting up a little more substantially lately. But what does it mean? It means we are on track for moderate tidal flooding for the 9:30 high tide on the ocean, 10 to 11 in the back bays. Plus, it's poor drainage flooding from the heavy rain. So a lot of schools have flood days or rain days, not snow. No snow real forecast. We could wrap around a little snow later today, but again, rain this morning, tidal flooding this morning, strong winds all day. All right, we have Linda Gilmore, Public Information Officer for Atlantic County, on the phone. And Linda will tell us that, or hopefully tell us that, Atlantic County not doing bad. Of course, a little bit of snow overnight got washed away, so it's not really any winter elements the county having to deal with, but it is wet and windy, and we are watching that tidal flooding. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Dan.
I'm good. How are we faring in Atlantic County this morning?
So far, so good. We've had a partial crew in overnight, and they did go out and salt some of the roadways when there was the wintry mix. It quickly, or rather quickly, turned to rain. So you will probably not see salt trucks out today, which I guess we can be thankful for. But as you've been mentioning, we're coming up on the high tide at 9:30. So we will expect to see probably some road closures due to some flooding.
And we are tracking that, and it looks like one round of moderate flooding for the Atlantic County shoreline and really up and down the South Jersey shore. And then you're also going to have the heavy rain causing some flooding as well. What about the winds? Are you expecting any power outages? Have you seen any yet?
We've certainly been advising people that that's a possibility. I've not yet heard of any outages, thankfully, but that certainly is a possibility. So we were trying to put that information out yesterday that people should be prepared for that. One thing, if I could clear up, because I know there's probably been a little bit of confusion. I know when people hear that there's a state of emergency in effect, which the governor issued yesterday, that does not mean that there's a travel ban. There's no travel ban in place. So, while motorists are allowed on the roadways, we certainly encourage them to exercise caution.
And that is good advice, and I've been getting those questions as well. You hear state of emergency, and you think the state's shut down. That's not necessarily the case, although a lot of the state offices are closed today. Is that correct?
Right, and that also includes the court complexes. So the civil courthouse in Atlantic City is closed, as well as our criminal courthouse in Mays Landing. But again, that is because they are state offices. As you've reported, all the county offices are open and functioning and open on time. So our job is to serve the public. So it's important that we are open on days like this.
Okay. All right, Linda, thank you so much for the update. Linda Gilmore, Public Information Officer from Atlantic County. I think you'll fare better than areas to the north and west will today. I appreciate you being with us.
Okay, we'll hold you to that, Dan. Thank
All right,
you.
thanks, Linda. That's Linda Gilmore in Atlantic County, and we're finding that through South Jersey. You know, prepare for power outages just in case there are some strong winds. I've been seeing 45-mile-per-hour gusts or so far. Haven't seen the 50 to 55 to 60 just yet. The storm is still intensifying, though. Radar shows us the heavy rain, all right, coming into South Jersey, easy 1 to 2 inches. Hey, if this was all snow, guys, several feet here in South Jersey, but it's not. We were expecting an inch or two overnight to be washed away by rain. We got a coating, as Linda mentioned, washed away by rain. So no more real winter weather element. When the storm's pulling away, it pulls back some colder air. There could be some snow flakes this afternoon, but nothing more than that. So we have school closings for you, but these aren't snow days. Kids, you're not going to go outside and play in the snow. You're going to stay inside and, well, be sheltered from the rain and the strong winds. So a lot of them are in Atlantic County especially. So a quick rundown. Last time we'll run these down for you. In Atlantic County, following school districts are closed: Atlantic City, Absecon, Atlantic Cape Community College, Brigantine, Egg Harbor City Schools, Galloway Schools. Coastal Living in Northfield is also closed. The Hamilton Municipal Courts will be closed today. All hearings rescheduled. The Wave Garage open for free at Mississippi and Fairmounts for overnight parking through 8 p.m. on Tuesday. The 4 Atlantic County branch offices of Absecon Bank will be opening 2 hours later at 10 a.m. rather than 8 a.m. Stockton University closed, so nothing going on at the Stockton campus today as far as classes go. Assumption Regional Catholic School in Galloway closed. Margate schools are closed. Hamilton Township schools are closed. Hamilton schools, Mullica Township schools, both closed. In Mullica Township, Board of Education meeting is moved to March 20th. Pleasantville schools are closed. Port Republic schools are closed. Atlantic County Institute of Technology is closed. Atlantic County Alternative School is closed. Ventnor School is closed. Charter Tech High School in Summers Point also closed. In Cape May County, Ocean City schools are closed. Margaret Mace School in North Wildwood closed. Wildwood schools are closed. Bridgeton Municipal Court closed today in Cumberland County. In Ocean County, Thomas Donovan High School in Toms River is closed. Lacey Township Municipal Court is closed. Toms River Regional Schools are closed. Ocean County Vocational School District is closed. All these school closings are on pressofatlanticcity.com. And again, it is not winter weather related. It is snow. It is not snow related. It is storm related in terms of rain or wind or tidal flooding. So all these school closings on pressofatlanticcity.com, and they'll be up there throughout the morning if there are any additional updates. But with no real snow expected, it is the rain, the wind, and the tidal flooding that is having the impact. And even farther west in Cumberland County, where I thought, hey, maybe we might get a couple of inches of snow out towards Bridgeton and Byland before the change over to rain, it has been raining as well. With us, Tom Barlas, Cumberland County reporter for the Press of Atlantic City. Tom, what's going on out in farm country this morning?
Well, I don't know about farm country, but I know in downtown Vineland, there's just nobody on the streets. And what we've seen out here is rain has really picked up since 5 o'clock this morning. It's now a steady downpour. Winds have picked up. If you're sitting in your car, every once in a while you get a really good shake. But there have been no reports of any storm-related problems, at least at this point.
That's good news. And any power outages in the area? Because we do have those strong winds, and I know scattered power outages are possible. I did note some to your west through parts of Gloucester and Camden counties earlier.
Yeah, I know Vineland doesn't have any because they have their own municipal electric company, and I am not certain about the rest of the county, but I really haven't heard that much of any power outages. That may be happening a little bit later as things pick up here, and especially maybe along Delaware Bay, which is looking to be at this point the only real area of concern that the county has right now. They're expecting moderate flooding along the bay. High tide, and the next high tide there is 11:24, 11:25. So what you might see are those roads that run out to places like Gandy's Beach, Forest View, East Point. You might see those go underwater, but the good thing is that it's still March, and there aren't that many people living out there. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. The other thing is that, according to emergency management, is around high tide and throughout the day, the winds are going to be really favorable. They're going to be blowing against the tide, and they think that's really going to help to keep flooding out there to moderate at best.
And that's exactly what the forecast calls for, Tom. Moderate flooding, one high tide, and then the threat will diminish this evening. Appreciate the report. That's Tom Barlas, Cumberland County reporter for the Press of Atlantic City. Thanks, Tom.
No problem.
All right, so I'll give a quick weather recap now, guys. So you've heard from Linda in Atlantic County and Tom in Cumberland County. It's mostly just rainy and windy. And if you're along the shore, whether it's Delaware Bay, like Tom mentioned, or the Atlantic and Cape May and Ocean County shorelines from LBI to Cape May, there is some tidal flooding concerns as well, and some gusty winds. Latest winds right now, guys, the gusts that I see are picking up here. I see a 48-mile-per-hour gust, so we're nearing 50 now. That's on the northern end of LBI around Barnegat Light, 43 in Harvey Cedars. There appears to be some 45-mile-per-hour gusts around Great Egg Harbor Bay, Longport and Ocean City. 48-mile-per-hour gust where Tom just mentioned in Fortescue, right on Delaware Bay. So you're starting to see some near 50-mile-per-hour gusts now, and this is where the wind is going to be most prevalent, right along the shore. So strong winds, watching very closely. Latest tide check for Atlantic City. That's the benchmark we like to use. High tide comes up in about an hour and a half from now. This is the tide height, and we're at a little over 6 feet. 6 feet is minor. So we're already in minor tidal flooding. We're on our way probably up to about 7. That's where we're probably going to end up, and we are basically at a surge of a little over 2 feet. And that's about what we expect. So basically what all these lines mean is we're on pace for minor to moderate tidal flooding along the shore. One high tide and that's it. Some nor'easters linger for days. This is one and done in terms of high tide. All right? The rain is going to be over with after this morning. We have steady rain this morning. As we work our way through the afternoon, all this stuff pushes up to the north. We get some wraparound, maybe scattered showers, rain or snow. But the real heavy windswept, raining sideways type of rain is going to be for the next few hours, and then that will begin to taper off. And once again, it's a full-fledged blizzard up to our north. If you're a South Jersey snow lover, you want to go up towards Pennsylvania, North Jersey, upstate New York, and New England. Feet of snow, thunder snow, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow per hour. I mean, it's a snow lover's paradise, but not here in South Jersey. We have a team of reporters covering all of South Jersey as far as the nor'easter impacts. They're not wearing their snow boots. They have umbrellas. They have raincoats. I want to thank Lauren Carroll, Steve Hughes, Aaron Serpico at the desk. They're kind of compiling all the information, and our reporters and photographers who have a tough job out in the field. And Vern Ogrodnik's going like this, what about me? Because he's the man behind the scenes doing all the work. He's making these live streams possible, and I always say, in Vern, I trust. So I want to thank Vern Ogrodnik. We saved the best for last, Vern. So that's the latest update on this storm right now. Rain this morning, all rain in South Jersey. Any winter weather well to our north and west. If you're wondering where's the snow, I'll take a quote from yesterday saying, don't focus on the snow because that's not a concern here in South Jersey. It is the rain, the wind, and the tidal flooding. Tidal flooding moderate. From 9 to noon, you'll have floodwaters and some road closures and flooded roadways along the shore. The wind will linger longer into the afternoon, but it will start to shift around. Northeasterly this morning, more northwesterly later this afternoon, and that will help empty out the water from the back bays. So as far as nor'easters go, this is a typical nor'easter, a short-lived nor'easter in South Jersey. As far as snowstorms go, this is a historic March snowstorm, areas to our north and west. That's where you're going to be remembering the storm for a long time. South Jersey, these type of storms come and go, but they do have an impact, and obviously they're having one this morning. So keep it with pressofac.com. We'll have another live update at 9. We'll check that high tide again, and we'll keep you covered in addition to the live streams with full coverage throughout the day on pressofac.com. Thanks for logging on, guys.